Comment down below if you know what that movie is.
Hey everybody, I'm Jake from Upscale Audio.
And I'm Jordan from Upscale Audio.
And this video is the most exciting one we've done so far. We finally get to show you and unveil the home theater that we have been building for a few months now, and we are so excited. So as you guys know, Upscale, we love our 2-channel audio, we love our tubes, we love our analog turntables. But Jordan and I, our hearts have always been home theater. We started at Best Buy home theater. You know, I have a home theater at my own personal house with a projector, and they finally let us build one for work. I mean, I can't believe this is work. This is what we get to do for a living, but we want to show you. So let's check it out. At Upscale, audio quality is always going to be paramount. So when we were asking and begging and pleading for them to let us build a home theater room, their main goal for us was it has to be hi-fi first home theater. So we're going to talk to you about why we built a home theater room. Then we're going to walk you through the gear, the television, the audio, and then we're going to show you some of our favorite home theater demos.
Nice, man. I'm so excited. This is a project that I put a lot of my blood, sweat, and tears into this room. So.
And I made a lot of comments about, no, maybe you should do this, but you know, from home, because I don't like manual work.
I'm just a manual guy. Now, talking about the home theater, this is going to be an all in-wall, in-ceiling system. So we do have the ability to throw in some different speakers inside of this room, but primarily we went with a full-cow, all in-wall, in-ceiling system.
Yes, so this system is going to be what's called a Dolby Atmos 5.3.4. So we're going to walk you through what those numbers mean. So you guys all know from your 2-channel listening, you have your left and right speaker. That's where a lot of your action and your music comes out of. Then the second number is your center channel. So you have a matching center channel, right?
Correct.
They're all what, the Focal 1000?
Yes. So what we have for our front three are going to be the Focal in-wall 1000s. Now, they're not the 1000 Utopias. We did consider those at one point, but if you see them in person, you would see how ginormous they are, and our room isn't that big.
The center channel is probably one of the most important speakers though. 70% of the home theater audio comes out of that center channel. That's where a lot of your dialogue is going to be. So if you've ever watched a movie at home and you're turning up the talking scenes and then turning down the explosions, it's probably because you need a better center channel.
100%, which we did go with the Focal 1000 center channel. It is the same as the left and right speakers. What is unique about this speaker though is that the tweeter is adjustable. So if you are going to put it in the horizontal position, you can adjust it accordingly.
Moving on from that, we have rear speakers. Now, when you're doing a Dolby Atmos system, they recommend not to have the speakers behind you, but to have the speakers behind you and on the sides. So that's going to be when you're, watching a movie where there's a killer running behind you, you hear them running from behind you. Or if they shoot a gun, you hear the bullets fly by from behind you. But the next number, the 0.3 number, that's going to be your subwoofers. Jordan, why do we have 3 subwoofers?
Sure. So we do have 3 subs in here based off of a recommendation from Paul McGee over at Rel. We did set out to accomplish what's called Rel 3D. So not only will the audio travel from front to back or left to right, but so will the subs as well. So what we do have in this room is going to be the Rel S510 for our front channel. We have a Rel T9 for the rear channels. And actually, the third one, which is not very common, is a center channel subwoofer. That one is tapped only into the high level, so it's matching the center itself. And that is one of the benefits of going with Rel for this kind of system.
That always sounds really cool for things like Star Wars, where Darth Vader has a super loud, commanding voice. You get the bass tones and vocals. And again, why not have a subwoofer on your center channel when 70% of the audio comes out of that center channel? It's crazy. So that's really cool. But what makes this Dolby Atmos is we have 4 speakers above us. So 2 in the front, 2 in the back. And again, those are focals, right?
Yep. So what we did go with is going to be for our rear and our heights. They're all going to be the Focal 300 series. Now for our in-wall rear speakers, those are going to be the in-wall version. So they are rectangular. We did go with the in-ceilings, of course, for our ceilings, which are circular based. And they're also, the tweeter sits within the cone of our mid-driver.
But what's the benefit of having speakers above you? Now, instead of just getting sound from in front and behind you, it's a 360-degree sphere of audio. So if there's a helicopter flying above you, you can actually hear it fly above you and move forward to back. Now, what I really love is we have old school speaker salesmen like Joel who tells this funny story. So a couple decades back in a hi-fi shop, he had an older gentleman call in and say, "Son, stereo was the ruination of hi-fi." Now he tells that story and he thinks that's hilarious. But Joel became that person because he talks about home theater and he says it's for your lowest chakra. It doesn't better the soul like home theater. But honestly, move with the times. You have a bunch of speakers, sound coming from everywhere all around you. It sounds crazy. And we get to have this at our job. I mean, we're supposed to use it to make sales, but I brought my PlayStation.
Definitely. It's a very unique and different type of setup. It's something where you kind of have to experience it to understand it. Dolby Atmos doesn't just mean that it's going to play at every single channel all the time, but that it encapsulates you into this bubble of audio. And I mean, dude, we appreciate all audio here at Upscale Audio.
Yes, we do. Now, let's talk about the television. I wanted a projector like I have at my house, but we don't sell them, so we just bought the best TV and the biggest TV, and it's an OLED. So what makes an OLED so special is here we're trying to show you the audio. So we wanted a TV that would look amazing but not be distracting. So with this OLED 83-inch, it's the C3?
Yep, C3.
Okay. So both of us actually used to be the LG salesmen. So we love LG TVs. And we love this television. When you see black on this TV, you're not seeing dark gray like on a regular TV. You're actually seeing that part of the TV turned off. So it's an amazing front to match the audio. So now that we've got the television and the speakers out of the way, Jordan, let's talk about the electronics. I see some tubes over there. I see a bunch of receivers. You had to throw some tubes in, some Prima Luna to make Kevin happy, right?
No, actually, it wasn't intentionally to make Kevin happy. So what we did do is we have an Integra 8.4 running our entire system here, excluding the front two channels. We wanted to focus on hi-fi first for our home theater system. So what we did is we threw in a Prima Luna Evo 400 amplifier, and that is powering just our front, left, and right channels. Now that is usable all across the board. It will play with movies as well, but primarily if we ever want to switch to two speaker listening, standard stereo, we could always do it with tubes, and it doesn't lose any of that amazing gooey fidelity that we get with tube amplifiers.
Yeah, I think that's really important, is that we love tubes from working here. We love how it sounds, and the fact that we could incorporate it through that home theater bypass allows us to kind of combine the hi-fi with the home theater. Now, for our sources, we do have a Panasonic 4K player. We do actually just get to announce that we are now selling Panasonic players.
Yep.
So, we're not like a traditional high-end home theater place. We are going to be the hi-fi first home theater. So one of the big reasons we built this, and they let us build this, is me and Jordan, we're not like system designers. We're not craftsmen. Like, Jordan's better with tools than I am, but we wanted to, learn how to do this ourselves so that, we can show you don't need to have some crazy custom installer to add in your in-ceiling or your in-wall speakers. It's actually it was a pretty fun project, Not that I helped as much as you did.
It was a great project, and for the DIYers, 100%, you can get this done within your own home. For us here at Upscale, it was, we gave our input, but physically installing it, me and my coworker Carrie did a majority of the installation portions of it, and hey, if we can do it, I'm sure you guys could, or always look for a custom installer inside of your area. That's always another option to go with.
There are other details that you might notice from this room, such as the color of the paint. So by coloring things darker, like this darker gray, it's less distracting and less light refracting on the television or the projector screen. As well as you're going to notice we have these acoustic panels, which again helps with the sound quality. I think when you have high quality stuff, if you don't treat the room, you're going to hear the room more than you're going to hear the speakers. And then after that, it was just fun things. We threw an Apple TV because we both own a lot of digital movies. So now we get to have our entire movie collections at work, which is pretty fun. And it also plays Dolby Atmos music through Apple Music. But we have one step further because it's, again, hi-fi first home theater. Talk to me about the streamer.
Yeah, so we do like to put a streamer inside of this room. Now, it can vary from a variety of different products, but typically what we do keep in here is going to be the Hi-Fi Rose RS250A. It is a fantastic streamer that has a lot of functionality and things that you can customize on the interface itself. If you do ever have questions about that streamer or anything that we offer, feel free to give us a call. We're always happy to help you out.
Yes, and then I brought the most important accessories. a popcorn machine, and my PlayStation 5, because it can't be a home theater. If you have a TV this beautiful with this amazing speakers, you got to play Spider-Man on it. And it's not a home theater without some popcorn. So yeah, I totally used the company card to buy this popcorn machine. Kevin, don't fire me.
Now, besides that, we are starting to collect some 4K discs, which we do have Dune here. It's a fantastic movie, and one of our recommendations to try out Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision. Now, Jake, we were going to say a couple of our favorite Atmos demos.
Yes. So we have a lot of experience with this because, again, we worked at, Magnolia and Best Buy Home Theater for a while. So one of the coolest Atmos demos, I feel like it's things that are used pretty effectively. So I love the horror movie A Quiet Place. So to pitch you on A Quiet Place, aliens crash land on Earth. They're like these alien monsters that are blind, but they're super sensitive to noise. So a lot of that movie is quiet, and it sounds crazy. Like, why would a movie that's super quiet be a good Atmos demo? It's because when there is noise and sound, it's used incredibly effectively. So there's a scene where Emily Blunt's character, who's pregnant, is walking down a flight of stairs in her basement, and she steps on a nail, and it's just visceral. And then she screams and she makes some noise because she steps on a nail, and you hear the alien crawling on the ceiling above her. And if your system is set up correctly, you literally hear the alien crawling above you. That's why you got to have your Atmos in the front and what I like to call backmos. Those are your Atmos speakers in the back. Jordan hates that phrase. But when you have them in the front and the back, you actually hear them moving around in that 360-degree plane. So you really hear the alien growling and crawling all around.
Yeah, that demo is that's a brutal one, man. That when she steps down on it, I can barely see the screen because I'm flinching. Personally, one of my favorite go-to demos is going to be the movie 1917. There's two amazing segments that I love for Atmos in that movie. One is going to be when the two protagonists of the movie are exploring a Nazi cave. And there's a huge explosion that, it's kind of room filling. And from there, you get to experience a bunch of effects of the entire cavern coming down. The other one is towards the end of the movie. I won't spoil very much, but it is the scene that is lit up with flares and a fire.
1917, isn't that the same year Kevin was born?
It was. How'd you know?
That scene is crazy. And then if we want to go to something a little more musical, one that I love to use to set up my subwoofers at home is the Live Aid concert with Queen in Bohemian Rhapsody. So that one is great. You get to hear the sound of the bass and the music, and it's just crazy. Like, there's just so many fun things, so many fun movies, and it's just cool that we get to open up this whole new world of audio because, with Upscale, we just want you to be stoked about the fun toys that we get to sell, and we're so excited that we get to show you a new way to experience it.
Yeah, there's nothing more exciting than being able to, pave our way into this new section here at Upscale Audio. We've had audio for home theaters for quite a while, but we're taking it seriously. We got a room here. If you have questions regarding what's in this room or different system setups, please feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to assist you in planning out your home theater room and even going as far as recommending some acoustic panels. So feel free to reach out to us.
Yes, we'll help you with every step of the way. We'll talk you through the right build for you, because with home theater, the same thing with 2-channel audio, it has to be right for the room. So again, none of our salespeople are commission based, sadly, but I'm not in sales anymore, But it's just so much fun. We do this because we love it. And, our whole motto is we'll treat your system like it's ours. And it's so fun that now we get to have our system at work.
Now, that is going to wrap up this video for us today. If you like this kind of content, feel free to leave a like down below. If you think we should film more videos outside of the studio, leave that comment down below. I know a lot of us here at Upscale are looking forward to more of those type of videos.
And if you think the popcorn machine was a good use of company funds, comment that down below.
Okay, that's a little much. Now, here at Upscale Audio, we'll treat your system
like it's ours.